From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, October 13th, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.85 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,159 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $251. Antiwar.com reports Syria's largest Kurdish militia, the People's Protection Unit, YPG, have announced they are joining a new rebel faction initially dubbed the Syrian Arab Coalition, but subsequently renamed the Democratic Forces now that they are dominated by a Kurdish faction. The faction includes a handful of smaller Arab tribal militias along with an Assyrian Christian faction. The group is said to be made up of about 3,200 fighters overall, though this is likely primarily the YPG itself, who controls significant territory in the Hasakah province. Ironically, the YPG's main city, Hasakah, is co-defended by it and the Syrian government, so its ties to the rebellion in general are unclear. The promise of a massive influx of U.S. weapons into this new faction, however, likely was sufficient to get them on board. U.S. military officials were quoted as saying they were going to provide fresh weapons to the new faction and get them to attack Raqqa, the capital of the Islamic State Caliphate. The rebels have expressed confidence that they could capture the city in less than 2 months if given enough weaponry, though most U.S. efforts to arm rebels have ended up with the Islamic State coming out even stronger at the end and with a bunch of new U.S.-made weapons. You can support FPP Radio by shopping online. Whether you're looking for precious metals, bitcoins, or books, you'll find that and more at shop.fppradio.com. Every purchase you make from one of my affiliates, like Namecheap and Amazon, at shop.fppradio.com helps fund FPP Radio. Or you can shop directly from FPP with Bitcoin in the Bitcoin store. That's shop.fppradio.com. UPI reports a Gallup poll released Monday indicates 40% of surveyed Republicans now favor a single party controlling the Congress and the White House, up from 24% last year. 43% of Democrats agree, a figure similar to the 47% revealed in 2015. Independents this year are more likely than last year to say it makes no difference whether the president and Congress are the same party, 45% this year compared to 39% last year. The change among Republicans can be attributed to the 2014 elections, in which the party gained control of the U.S. Senate to control both houses of Congress. The 2016 presidential campaign could have also led Republicans to believe a member of their party should sit in the Oval Office. Gallup noted that historically the party controlling the White House tends to favor one-party control over the legislative branch of government. 24% of respondents this year, irrespective of party, prefer a divided government, a figure consistent with polls over the last 12 years. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the Washington Post on Monday announced the conviction in Iran of the newspaper's U.S.-born Tehran correspondent Jason Rezaian in an espionage case as an outrageous injustice and urged Iranian leaders to overturn it. The case is a sensitive issue in Washington's contentious relationship with Tehran, and it played out as the United States and other major powers forged a deal in July with Iran to curb its nuclear program in return for relief from sanctions. Washington Post executive editor Martin Barron said the verdict against Rezaian was indefensible and that no sentence had been announced. Barron said the guilty verdict announced by Iran in the trial of Jason Rezaian represents an outrageous injustice. Iran has behaved unconscionably throughout the case. The contemptible end to this justice process leaves Iran's senior leaders with an obligation to right this grievous wrong. The Iranian government accused Rezaian of collecting confidential information and giving it to hostile governments, writing a letter to U.S. President Barack Obama, and acting against national security. A watchdog group, the International Campaign for Human Rights in Iran, said Rezaian's trial, which concluded in August, was a judicial farce and challenged Iranian President Hassan Rouhani to correct it. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.